Hare Krishna. My sincere thanks to the ISKCON Mississauga management and devotees for giving me this opportunity to speak on the Bhagavad Gita, also 2025 celebration, end of 2025. Thank you. Thank you to all the devotees for being present at this ISKCON Mississauga Sunday Feast program. I seek your blessings and humbly beg forgiveness if I make any mistake. As per tradition, let us sing Jai Radha Madhava. I am requesting Shobik, can you help for singing Jai Radha Madhava?
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Now we are doing pranam mantra. Please do everyone together. Om Ganatimirandasya Gananjala Chalakaya Chakshurumilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manavishtam स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदमयं ददाति सपरन्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुक्तपादकमलं श्रीगुरु वैष्णवच्च श्रीरूपं सर्वजातं शरणरघुनन्दितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनं सहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादं सगुणललिता श्रीविष्णवच्च हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते तत्कञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दे महेश्वरी विषाणुसुतदेवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पापेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Whatever I speak today is based on the Brahma Samhita, Manu Samhita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, the lecture of various acharyas, senior devotees, and ISKCON devotees. Today we will discuss Bhagavad Gita as it is chapter 4, verses 4.1 to 4.10. These verses explain who Krishna truly is, why he appears in this world, and how understanding him can free us from birth and death. Introduction to this. So these verses are extremely important because they establish the supreme position of Krishna. Many people think Krishna is an ordinary historical personality. But here Krishna personally explained his divine nature. If we misunderstand Krishna, we misunderstand the entire Bhagavad Gita. So these verses form the foundation of Bhakti Yoga. Now we will see the connection of previous chapter 3 to this chapter 4. What we learned previous chapter, maybe last few weeks we completed, right? And everybody. So just remind, simply avoiding action won't lead to peace or liberation. You know, the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Arjuna want to surrender, is bow, everything, throw down, he want to renounce. That is not the way Krishna mentioned in chapter 3. Everyone is naturally driven to act. So performing one's duty selflessly without attachment to result is the path of spiritual growth. Krishna explains that selfless action maintains harmony in the world and sets the right example of others. He also warns that desire and anger that is born from ego are the main enemies that cloud wisdom. The way to overcome them is through disciplined action, self-control, and dedication of all to the divine. Continuation, this connection from 3 to 4. After hearing Karmajaga previous chapter 3, Arjuna was still confused on the battlefield. He wanted to do the right thing, but doubt filled his heart. Krishna, seeing Arjuna's worry, began to tell him a deeper secret of life, that is transcendental knowledge, began this chapter 4. Krishna shifts from moral teaching, spiritual revelation, and introduces eternal nature of spiritual wisdom, divine incarnation, how knowledge purifies action. Now we will see the verse from Bhagavad Gita chapter 4, verse number 1. If anyone can read the translation, can you help?
I can read it.
Okay.
Translation: The blessed Lord said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku.
So simply this is Krishna, Lord, mentioned, I taught this eternal yoga to Vivaswan, his sun god, right? First, Krishna himself spoken to sun god. Then Vivaswan taught it to Manu. And Manu taught it to Ikshvaku. So established the ancient lineage of this wisdom. Now we want to see how long before, million years ago, Krishna first given this on to the sun god. We will see the calculation also, how long before from now. We will see, first of all, who is Manu? Manu is the first man, lawgiver and symbol of civilization. In a day of Brahma, there are 14 Manus. So is here mentioned the first Manu is Shambhuva Manu. And this on Manu's lifetime, the duration is called Manvantar. So Shambhuva Manu and his wife Shatarupa were the first human couple. They are said to have populated the earth and begun human civilization. Here I mentioned a few key points what Krishna mentioned in sun god previously. There's a lot of things mentioned, but just few things. And that's when again Krishna is speaking Bhagavad Gita to Arjuna. So important point we know, this civilization, first thing need to know, the life is divided in 4 stages. Right? This is Brahmacharya, Garastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyas. And also, this is also speaking in this chapter 4 later on, not between this 4 until 10, and maybe 13 number verse is mentioned, this Varnashram. And then 4 Varnashram based on qualities and duties. What is this? Brahma, what is that? Brahman, Kshatriya, Dasya, sorry, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Sorry. So, Ikshvaku is the ancient king who established the solar dynasty and is an ancestor of Lord Ram. We will see next slide from the sun god and then how come until Ram. Just quickly we'll review because time is only 45 minutes. This is just, if it is readable, I'm not sure, you can see. You see, first I will point out, it will be better. Here is a Shujadev Vivaswan. First Krishna spoken to him, and then Vivaswan is taught to Vivasbhata Manu, first this Manu, son of Shujadev. And Vivasvata Manu is taught to Ikshvaku. And this is the link, there is a several link, the on link, and I am showing here this way. I am not going all link, parampara, just going, coming here and again like this way, come is Ram. So Ram, we know everybody is a Surya Vansha, right? So this is the Surya starting from Surya there. And this is Ram position is here, Ram avatar is here. Now we will see the verse number 2. Again, anyone can help me to read the translation? Verse number 2.
This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. But in course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost.
You see here, what mentioned here, the knowledge passed through lineage. Loyal says, understand it. Over time, the wisdom was lost, right? And why lost? Decline due to forgetfulness, misinterpretation, and loss of discipline. So, long time, when this is automatically people put his own interpretation, and then original thing is broken, is not coming end of the long time pure, then come the original meaning is going to different meaning. So that's why Krishna mentioned is this verse appears to be lost. This science as it appears to be lost. We'll see in the verse 3. Again, anyone can help will be better. Okay, please.
That very ancient science of relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you, because you are my devotee as well as my friend. Therefore, you can understand the transcendental mystery of this science.
See here mentioned, you are my devotee and as well as my friend. Krishna restored in the ancient yoga reveals the Arjuna because this reason. Arjuna is the devotee and he is his friend. So only Krishna speak is whoever trust, right, is a devotee. That's the thing. So this knowledge is supreme secret. Is not everyone cannot be told. So need to first qualify it. So that is the continuation here. Next slide, what is the qualification required? Knowledge requires devotion, trust, and humility. These verses reinforce the idea that divine knowledge flows through parampara and speculation. Sorry, not speculation. Restoration of original spiritual knowledge. Okay, we'll see the verse 4. Anyone again can help this?
Arjuna said, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed the science to me?
You see, yeah, that's the thing, Arjuna's doubt, right? Arjuna knows Krishna is born just almost same age, right? How can he taught as a Suryadev? So, in the beginning of chapter 4, first sloka, what was there? He has spoken this knowledge million of years ago to the sun god, Suryadev, right? That's what we learned first sloka. Arjuna becomes confused because Krishna appears to his friend and contemporary. Arjuna wonders, how could Krishna have taught this so long ago? But Arjuna is not really confused. Right? Arjuna, whatever is spoken is for us actually. He knows he is an eternal friend. He is not only this friend, he is eternal friend. So he is not actually confused. He is asking for who does not believe Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Krishna answered this question starting in the next verse number 4.5. Here Krishna mentioned that he has spoke this knowledge to sun god. Now we want to see how long ago Krishna has spoken to sun god. So who has I will give little mathematical calculation now. So before we go this calculation, we need to know who Krishna is and how he created the material universe. Where is Krishna actually residing? Just quickly. This slide, if it can be readable, there's a heart with different color. Lord Krishna's expansion. I am pointing. Here is Krishna. His immediate expansion, Radharani and Baladev. And this first quadruple expansion is Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna and Shankarshan. Even I cannot read here. Very small. Anyway, so this is the part, is dashed line, in this part is Golok Vrindavan. This is Satchit Anand. Krishna, Radha Krishna is predominant here in this Golok Vrindavan. And this dashed line bottom, this is called Vaikuntha. And that is again second quadruple expansion. Same type of expansion. Vasudev, Aniruddha, Pradyumna and Shankarshan. And this is Vaikuntha is predominated by Lakshmi Narayana, 400 Narayana. And then there is a small area, this is called Kailash Dham. You see this part, this total land, this is Kailash Dham. Here is Sadashiv and Parvati is predominant. That's why Shiv, we know, is the topmost devotee of Krishna. Because you need to enter this Vaikuntha or Golok Vrindavan, Shiv is the guard, that place. And after Shiva, Kailash Dham, there is a Brahma Jyoti. Who are praying to impersonalists, they march here. Here is a person, you see the Radha Krishna is a form, Narayan form, but there is a place, is a Brahma Jyoti, no form. So that's why they are not praying for the form. I am not giving details. This is just this on slide is on our need to explain. This on slide. If you need future, I will give all detail, individual. I have already prepared that. So if you in future you need to know, I can give that if they got the opportunity later on. So this Brahma Jyoti, and then there is a current shadow. This area. There is a Karadaksha Vishnu or Mahavishnu lying here. And he is breathing, his pores is come out the billion universe. Up to here, this is the material world. So from here to top, all are spiritual world. And this part is material world. And this is eternal, never destroyed. Material is temporary, time being. This is destroyed according to the time of who is the creator? Brahma. Brahma's lifetime. Based on Brahma's lifetime, this universe will be destroyed. So material world created, first is Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. Is this Garbhodakshaya? No. Yeah, Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. So from Garbhodakshaya Vishnu's navel came the Brahma. And then come Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. Kshirodakshaya Vishnu is a maintainer in this material world. Whatever we see in his temple, Vishnu deities is Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. He is maintainer. Whatever you ask anything, he is doing that. Anything, any project, who is create something and somebody need to maintain according to the time frame of any project. So this project is maintained by this Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. And then later on, all other avatars or other creation is going on. So now, today's topics is not spiritual world. Today's topics is actually material world. Krishna came in this material world as 4.1 to 4.10. Mainly, Krishna appears. That's on the mention. So where appear? That calculation will come next page. As I mentioned, maybe Damodar Prabhu or here book distribution, you have this picture, ISKCON picture, right? You know that. As I mentioned previously, this is Golok Vrindavan, this area, and this is Vaikuntha. Previous slide is created from here. This cannot be readable totally. I created that one for easy to see. and this is Kailash Dham, and this is Brahma Jyoti, this is Kanada Shai Vishnu, and this is the material world. Actually, not whole thing is not one universe. A universe is only this. This is 8 layers there. Covers layers for universe, different layer, 8 layers. This will not go today. So this part is actually 14 planet in this material world. We are in Bhuluka. Above 6 planet is called Sarvaloka, and bottom 7 planet we call Patalloka, the hellish planet. We are here, so you can remember here Bhuluka, Bhuborloka, Sargaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, Tapoloka, Satyaloka. This Brahma is living Satyaloka, top of this material creation, material universe, this universe. We need to remember why I am showing this one. This will come in the verse later on. This Bhuluka, Bhuborloka and Sargaloka, these three loka we call several times. These 3 loka we are considering. So we will see the calculation next page. Remember these 3 loka, what is the name? Now I am going to Brahma's own day. Brahma's own day is, as I mentioned previously, 14 manus. First manu is Shambhuva, and then 14 last of Indra Shambhami manu. Now is current manu, this one. So Brahma's light day is the today, now is noon time. Half of the 14 manus, 7th number. It's almost noon time now. Vivash Bhata manu. That's mentioned, taught to Vivashata manu. It mentioned, Sutodev taught to Vivashata manu. Now I am calculating here Brahma's day, life, and comparing Manu's life. Is Manu's lifetime 70 on Juga cycle or Mahajuga? What is Mahajuga? Sattva, Treta, Dapur, Koli. This is on Mahajuga. This is on cycle. This 70 on time when passed, this is on Manu's life. So is Juga, we know Sattva Juga, Treta Juga, Dapur Juga, Kali Juga, everybody knows, I think, this time frame. In Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada explained there. How long? Sattva Juga, 1,728,000 years. Treta Juga, 1,296,000 years. Dapur Juga, 864,000 years. And Kali Juga, 432,000 years. This all together is 4,320,000 years. This on cycle, on Juga cycle. If this is 70 on you multiple, this is come 306,720,000 years. This is, what is this? This is on Manu's lifetime. On Manu's living like this. And this is 14 Manu will come later. So when on Manu passed his lifetime, that is called Shandha. That Shandha is, this earth planet is mentioned here. Bhuluka is submerged in water, is flooded. After this, on Manu when passed his life, there is a flooded in this material. Then some pious people is take over the boat. You heard that maybe the story or not. So the boat is sailing by on board few people, the good people, some. Then start again Shattajuga. Next one, sorry. So now I will see Brahma's day. This is the previous one is calculated Manu's lifetime. Now Brahma whole day. So as I mentioned, 14 Mambanta means 14 Manus will be passed and 70 on Juga cycle. So 14 into 70 on an odd Juga cycle is 4,320,000. So this total is 4,294,080,000 years. This is Brahma's on day. This is not end. This is part because the Manu end and there is a flooded. How long flooded? Under the water in this earth is on 1,720,000 years under the water. This earth is under the water. So this is 15 time is flooded And 15 into 1,728,000 is 25,920,000. So this is the Manu's life. This one plus this one is total Brahma. And now we'll go verse 4.5. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tapo charjuna tanna hom vedo sharpani nattam vettu parantapo. Krishna tells Arjuna that both of them have passed through many births. The difference is Krishna remembers everything while Arjuna does not. This immediately establishes a clear difference between Supreme Lord and the living entity. Forgetfulness is a symptom of conditioned soul. We always forget, right? Anyone can remember now is almost 5:10, 5:5, whatever, 6:10 or 6:5. So anyone can remember this time what you did in yesterday? Maybe this is short time you can remember. Can you remember 1 year ago this time what we did? Impossible. Nobody can remember. This is our living entity, our conditioned souls. We forget. But Krishna never forget. Right? That is one of the difference. So this is, proves that Krishna all-knowing and He is supreme. Now we'll see in verse 4.6. Ajaho pishanna vedma bhutani nisharaho pishan prakriti kshamadhishtaya shambhavatma mayaya. Krishna now explains how he appears in this order, in this verse. Although he is unborn and eternal, he appears by his own eternal energy. Unlike us, Krishna is not affected by the karma. We know whatever we are next life based on our karma, but Krishna is not. Krishna is not affected by karma. His body is completely spiritual, not material. Now, Krishna mentioned here, he came in original transcendental form, highlighted here, right? Original transcendental form, this was mentioned. As I told also before, how many remember when Krishna appears his original transcendental form of Deva Brahma? 28th Yuga cycle, right? So this is happened only 5,000 years ago. Think about how lucky we are. Only 5,000 years ago is this happened, Krishna came. We can see where Krishna born in Mathura. We can see where Krishna play, his footprint. But you think, if after even one Manu is 1,722,000 years under the water, we cannot, who was born after that, they never see Krishna's footprint or anything. And when will come next time? Can you say next person? You can calculate simply. As I mentioned, Krishna came Brahma's on day, on time in a day. So Krishna Brahma's day is 4.32 billion years, right? On day. So just 5,000 years passed, so nothing, right? Nothing. So next day will be complete, another 4.23 billion in the day, and night also 4.32 billion. So 8.64 billion years after Krishna will come again. So we need to think about very seriously. We no need to come later on, right? As long as we can go back to Guru Vrindavan, as I mentioned. So we need to seriously chanting whatever process given by acharyas. We need to follow that, or our Guru Parampara. Now, we will go the next slide. This one I already told, 4.3. As I mentioned, 28 Yoga cycle, and next one is 8.62 or 8.64 billion years later. I already have spoken this one, sorry, before I go there. Now we'll see that verse, the comparison as a continuous conditioned soul and Krishna. The slide is clearly shows difference between us and Krishna. We take birth due to karma, but Krishna appears by his choice. Our body is material, Krishna's body is spiritual, transcendental, mentioned right in the verse. We control by nature. Whatever we do, three modes of nature, everything is working by three modes. We are not doing anything. Everybody knows that, right? We are doing everything based on nature, right? Nature is working for us, but Krishna controls the nature. So means we control by nature, Krishna controls the nature. So that is difference. We'll go verse 4.7. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanirvavati bharata abhutanam tadatmanam sijamaham paritrana. Sijamaham. Okay, next verse paritrana. Okay. So this is one of the most famous verses of the Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says he appears whenever there is a decline in dharma and rise of adharma. Dharma does not mean just religion. It means obedience to God's law. When people forget God, Krishna comes in this material world. As an example, materially, when there is a crime in any country is happening, government sends police or army to restore the law, right? Similarly, Krishna comes to restore his spiritual law. Is destroyed, time being is decline, then he came for restore the law. The appearance is not random, it is out of compassion for living beings. We'll see next verse is very important, related to two verses, so that's why we'll go to the next one, 4.8. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya sadushkritam dharma samasthapanataya shambhavami juge jule. Krishna explained three purposes of his appearance in this shloka. He protects devotees, right? Destroys miscreants and reestablish dharma. These three reasons he can. Krishna is always on the side of devotees. Even his punishment is an act of mercy. When Krishna killed anyone directly, he got liberation. That is called Sadbujananda. You see, last time when he came, luckily 8th chapter we discussed here, right? 8.5 verse, what was there? Anta kale cha manava sharan mukha kalevaram ja prayati samabhavam vati nastatta samshaya. Right? Anta kale, when remember Krishna, then Krishna give the guarantee he will go back to Godhead. So that's why when Krishna kills someone, he saw in the Kurukshetra Juddha, everybody is Godhead liberated. Even they are not pious people. So Krishna came here, is killing the demand is also mercy. That's the intention to tell. It is also mercy. Like we can see the why Krishna killed, but this is the example, material example we can say. A doctor may cut for the patients or give the bitter medicine, but intention is to cure the disease. Similarly, Krishna destroys demons' tendencies not out of hate, but out of compassion. Protection and punishment both come from divine mercy. Next verse, 4.9. जन्म कर्म च मे दिव्यमेवं जुगुप्ति तत्ततो त्यक्तव देहं पुनर्जन्म नोइति ममेति सहर्जुना. Krishna now explains this verse, the result of understanding him correctly. What is correctly? Krishna is not a not human being. He appears as a transcendental form. He is not as a like us. If we understand correctly, or who understand correctly, divine birth of Krishna and his activities does not take birth again. This verse is meant. If we understand correctly, we can go back to Godhead. We need to, so there should not be any doubt. Right? That is the meaning. Oh, Krishna is a man? Is a very big, powerful man? No. He is Bhagavan, God. Need to confident always. This is the promise of liberation. But this understanding comes through only devotional service. If we do not do devotional service, our mentally we think different angle. If devotional service is perfect, then our thinking will be perfect. So that is very important. So it is orc, like as a fire, fire burns whether we know it or not. Fire will be burned, fire will be burned. But knowledge helps us use fire properly. Similarly, Krishna is absolute truth, but proper understanding allows us to become liberated in the state of confused. That's the main important point. Never should not be confused. Okay, let's look at the last verse of today's discussion, 4.10. Vitara kabhaya krodha manmaya mamupachita bhava jnana tapasya bhuta madbhava magata. Krishna described here the qualities of liberated souls. They are free from attachment, fear and anger. So if we simply, when anger comes, as I mentioned previously, or when fear comes, that's need to understand properly. But you see this, the picture in here, the father throw his kids to the sky. The kids is enjoying because he depends on father. No fear. Very simple example. So if he think I will fall down if I hurt or I will die, then problem. They will not depend on father. That's our thing too. We need to fully depend on Krishna. Whatever situation come in our life, fully depend. If we fully depend, we can enjoy. Even very rough time come on our life, still can be enjoyed. Can be. This kids is enjoying. Even is going in the sky. Right? Okay, we'll see. Here I mentioned here something. Krishna described the qualities as I mentioned. They are free from attachment, fear and anger. By taking shelter of Krishna, the heart becomes purified. This is the result of practicing Bhakti Yoga sincerely. So our fear will go away if we do the Bhakti Yoga correctly. Now, we'll see some practical application during another 3-4 minutes is okay? Okay. Because almost done. Just conclusion. Practically for today's understanding here, Krishna consciousness is practical. We can apply this knowledge by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reading Bhagavad Gita, associating with devotees and serving Krishna. This practice purifies the heart and develop love for God. Key takeaway today. This verse teaches us Krishna is eternal and supreme. His appearance is divine. He comes to protect devotees and restore dharma. Understanding Krishna leads to liberation. Bhakti is the highest and simplest path. Now the conclusion here. In this verse, Lord Krishna reveals the transcendental nature of his birth and activities. He appears by his own divine energy to protect the righteous, destroy evil, and establish dharma. All who understand this truth with knowledge and devotional becomes free from fear, attachment, and birth. Right? When understand correctly, ultimately attaining liberation and returning to Supreme Godhead. Conclusion ended. Krishna does not come because of he forced to come. He comes because we have forgotten him. Right? That's the reason he comes. By understanding Krishna as he explained himself in the Bhagavad Gita, our life becomes perfect. Please chant together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Again? Three times. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna's divine appearance ki. 2025 ISKCON Mississauga celebration ki. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Prabhuji. A big round of applause again. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. The details you had put in the slides, and I cannot stop myself from mentioning the beautiful pictures that you had put on each slide, each picture when you were explaining. The pictures were themselves speaking for what verses and explanation was there. The way you explained and put the detail in the calculation when Krishna will appear, those were some of my takeaways which we have read so many times, heard, but still we tend to forget. And in the conclusion slide, when you said that Krishna will appear just to make the mankind better and the world a better place. So, and we should just surrender. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for this very special class today. It made us feel very good. Thank you, Prabhuji. So, big round of applause again. And also, I would like to share our marathon score. So, our Srila Prabhupada marathon score so far for the Bhagavad Gita is 780 books so far. We thank all the Sankirtan warriors. In spite of the adverse weather conditions, every week messages are sent out, teams are made, and during this past week, we distributed 36 books. So a big round of applause, which includes 9 Bhagavad Gita and 5 Krishna books. Thank you so much to our Sankirtan warriors. Anybody who would like to join, please contact the front desk. And also starting Monday, which is January 2nd, Friday, January 2nd, every first Friday of the month, we'll be having an online 30 minutes Zoom class for reciting shlokas for Bhagavad Gita. So anybody who's interested, please contact the front desk. You can give your name. And today's Sunday feast, it's sponsored by Prakash Prabhu and Radha Priya Mataji. Thank you so much. Before moving on to our next part of the evening, which is special bhajans and kirtans, let's just reflect at few words from Chaitanya, from Prabhupada, what he had written. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, started the Sankirtan movement, chanting the holy name of Krishna in congregation. The name of Krishna and Krishna himself are non-different. Krishna has invested all his powers in his holy name. Congregational chanting means coming together and chanting the holy name of Lord joyfully. This gives the devotees the chance to associate with devotees and gives the joy and gives the joy and happiness to all devotees and Lord Krishna. Congregational chanting destroys all sinful reactions. It not only gives benefits, the ones who is chanting, but all those moving as well non-moving living entities. All the great acharyas from all the sampradaya have given the utmost importance to congregational chanting of the holy name. So now we begin to the program, special program, which is the bhajans and the kirtan.
No. Bhajan.
Sorry, I gave you a skip.
We'll start with the kirtan, which will be followed by special bhajans.
Hare Krishna. Namo Vishwadaya Krishna Prasaya Bhutale Srimati Bhagavad Swami Kiradare. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gurunvari Prachari Devi Vishesha Nivari Vaishnav Vishkari. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Sadhu Gaura Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare.
So now, as this was a special kirtan and also our New Year celebration, let's all get up, dance and be on the floor and enjoy the Sankirtan. So requesting everybody to please come on the floor. This is Krishna's dance floor. So let's get together. Everybody on the floor, please. Hare Krishna.